This is Set to Achieve. Welcome to another video. And today I want to talk about something that God has done for me, and um, the fact that like the things that I'm seeing, a little things that or patterns, I should say, that I'm seeing um, make me to know, that God is with me. Because sometimes like you're facing certain challenges in your life, and you know and for me this year, February of 2025 has been very challenging. Crossing over from February to March, it was just by the grace of God. There were just so many challenges, so many, so many. And God saw me through. So please, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, like the video, share, leave your comments, and let's get to it, guys. God is good and God is faithful. And God allows certain things to happen, and certain challenges and certain tribulations to happen to us, and He brings us out so that we can know that His hand is upon us, because a lot of times as children of God and as a child of God, you tend to kind of worry. You tend to worry about things, and I believe that the goal of the enemy is to make us to, is to bring on some of these challenges so that we can take our eyes off of God, and His love and our trust in Him, and we put our eyes on those things, and we're distracted, and then when we get distracted, our faith is reduced. Okay, so what happened to me 2 days ago was I was going about doing delivery. As you guys know, I do delivery. And so I had a delivery at Walmart, not too far from where I stay. So I picked up a delivery, and I noticed that right on my tire, it showed, right on my car, it showed that, I had a tire that was, like going down or something. Like, it showed that like I need to put air in my tire or something. It was some issue with my tire. And then when I looked again, I saw that my tire was completely flat. Like there was no helping. Like it was completely flat. And I didn't have. I used to use the thing to kind of like, that you plug in to pump that. But that kind of like used to cause like like damage to my car, so I stopped using that. But it was like completely flat. But luckily, as God would have it, I shouldn't say lucky, as God would have it, I saw that there was a tire place, like the Walmart tire place right next door. So I quickly went there, told him, can he put air in my tire? And he said yes. And then mind you, I had the things from Roadie, the items that I had to get delivered. So I was like, man, I have to go. I have to, put the tire in, and we could hear like it was like a slow, like it was like actually a fast leak, because it was like you could hear the air was leaking. So I had to go quickly, drop it off, and then go to the place I normally go to fix my tire. So it was a lot going on, and that day my daughter had cut off of school. It was just like a whole lot going on. It was just a whole lot of going on. But, and eventually I got my tire fixed, so, I give God glory for that. But my point is that when that had happened, okay, it was like, it was not like, oh, okay, well, let me just wait a little bit, and, I'm gonna be able to put air in the tire. It's just like it was completely flat. It was completely flat. Like I couldn't even drive. And I noticed it because sometimes like you see that like oh, okay, one of my tires need a little bit more air, but it was completely flat. And just the fact that like God had me in a place where I could quickly put air in that tire, was grace. So what I'm saying here is, and I had a lot of challenges, a lot of things I was trying to get through. With my life financially, with just a lot of things, just trying to like, put together, and to move me forward. And it's just like I had my mind focused on all those different things, and I have my faith in God, but it was just like, you know, when you're facing different challenges and you're, you know, you're going through the trials of life, it's like a lot of times it pulls you away, you know, even though you have faith in God, but it pulls you away because your eyes are not on Him, you know. But when that thing happened, you know, even though it seems like it's small, I just made me to realize and to get to the deeper understanding that God has me, you know. And not only that, so many other things happened that day that I knew that the enemy was at work. Okay, I was going on the road to, I delivered the tire. I think I had some other things that I was doing, you know, other deliveries, because, you know, typically I would do DoorDash, then I would do roadie, and do other I was just watching because someone's crossing the street. Okay, so I would do DoorDash, I would do, you know, roadie, and I kind of like go switch back and forth or whatever, depending on what's available. So I was going around, I believe I was doing DoorDash. I think I had a delivery going down there, and I was going down the street, and you know how you have the it was the right turn signal was on. I mean, the right, yeah, the right signal was on, you know, the traffic, it was on for us to turn, you know. And it was one of like these streets that is like, you know, like really wide, and you know, so I was trying to cross, and there was a car coming straight, just swoop, you know, going through, and as soon as it went through, then I crossed, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like if it was like not like 1 nanosecond, you know, I would have been swept away by that car, because it was, we had the right of way, you know. So it's just like a lot of things and a lot of signs, you know, and God had given it to me the day before to fast, you know. So what I'm saying here is that, you know, I was just seeing some signs, and I just had to, like, you know, just like stop and pray, you know, and, you know, just knowing that, that Lord, I just have to put my trust in you, you know. I don't want to be shaken by anything, and you all know that it had been a while. It was been like 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks since I uploaded a video, because of all the challenges and trials and things that I was going through. It was a lot. Okay, it was a lot. Crossing over from March, I mean from February to March was by the grace of God. Okay, I think I mentioned in my other video that I'm 2 years. It was on the 3rd of March that I was gonna complete 2 years free of the narcissist. Okay, and being that I was married, okay, to a narcissist. Okay, and it's been the 3rd of March would have made it 2 years, you know. And one of the other challenges that I had faced was, I didn't know that because I have a pickup truck as well, I didn't know that my pickup truck, the plates were suspended from July of last year, okay, 2024, okay, and July was my birthday, okay, July of last year till March, okay, till well, actually February, because March was when the my insurance was going to be renewed, okay. And somehow I got a letter, you know, whatever, you know, from the state, you know, to I guess to show that I had proof of my pickup, and somewhere something fell through the cracks, okay. And I always have insurance in my cars. I don't joke around with insurance, because especially with a pickup truck, you have to have a commercial insurance, okay. So I didn't know, so because you know, somehow they were not alerted that I had the insurance, my registration was suspended from July, and this is a car that I was driving around. I didn't know none of that, okay. So it was when I had an emissions test. I passed an emission test for the pickup truck. So it was when it was the time for me to renew my registration. You know this, you put the sticker in Illinois, you have to put the sticker on there to show that you've renewed it for a year, Okay, so when it was time for me to show, to go, so I went to currency exchange beside, close to me, and I went to go try to see, to say, okay, here's the money because I saved the money or whatever. I want to renew my sticker, and they were like, it's been suspended, and then they gave me a number to call the state, and I'm like, suspended, So I was very confused because I've been driving this truck, like what is going on? So I called the state, and spoke to a lady, gave her the the car brand, name, and the plates number or whatever, and she was like, yeah, it's suspended, give us 2 days and then somebody will get back to you, and if they don't get back to you, so it was a Monday that I called, and she was like, if they don't get back to you by Monday, call them back by by Wednesday. Call somebody, doesn't get back to you, call back. Okay, so it was Wednesday morning, so I called back. So when I had called back, I spoke to someone. He was like, yeah, it typically happens when you didn't have insurance, but I've had insurance on that, my pickup, since March of last year. And then he was like, okay, I guess it was suspended in July, but they wanted to, because if you didn't have the insurance from from June, up until then, or whatever, long story short, I guess it was some kind of like mistake or something fell through the cracks that they were not informed. So they were like, okay, call your insurance person, because we could see that you were insured the whole time, give them this thing. And then there's a website that they go to verify that you were insured or whatever, and then it'll be taken off. So I took the number, the reference number. I called my insurance lady, told her what had happened, and she was like, oh, somehow either somebody didn't get the letter or whatever the case may be, and that's the reason why it didn't go through. But she was like, don't worry, I'll fix it, and then she actually got the code, and then she went to the website that was given to me, and then she got everything, got the whatever that was on there, the suspension taken off, and she was like, you can drive, you're fine, you're whatever. So I just give glory to God, because when you are, I have 3 teenagers, okay, trying, by the grace of God to raise them, in the things of God, and just to provide. I know God is our provider, but just doing all the things that I need to do, working hard, and always making sure that I'm diligent and on it, so that we can be able to have the things that God has for us, and to provide and whatnot, and it's just like, so I'm driving this truck around. A lot of times I have, like, I'm carrying things for roadie cabinets and things, and not one time the police stopped me. There were times, a lot of times I'll have a roadie in the morning at like 6 a.m., 5:50 a.m. Like this morning, I left out like at 5:50 a.m. With things. I had to go pick up at the what you call it, at the Home Depot. I had a big thing of flooring, and then like five gallons of paint, and and paint brushes and all of that, right? And I'm carrying all these things, that are visible, and not one time the police stopped me. So I'm just here to say that, if you are going through any kind of challenges and you're feeling like, like you're left alone, and like, like it's just like, how will all this work together? I just want you to know that God, if you put your trust in God, that He will see you through, okay? Because even with all the things I'm going through, I'm getting emotional. Just like with all the things that I'm going through in my life, I'm just seeing the hand of God, through it all. God is so good, because when it feels like you're alone, when it feels like nothing is working, you can always put your trust in God, and when you pray to Him, and you seek His face, He will always, and you're truly His child, He will always let you know that He is with you. Okay, so whoever you are and wherever you're watching from, I just want you to know that that God is faithful, okay? That God is merciful, okay? And God knows what you're going through, okay? God sees you, okay? And God will provide, okay? God will provide, It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter the situation. It doesn't matter how impossible it seems. It doesn't matter how huge it is or it seems to you. The reason for a lot of the affliction is because Satan wants to put your eyes away from God and make your problems seem like they're more than what God can do and more than who God is. Okay, but I just want to let you know through this video that God is bigger than your problems. Okay, and God sees you. Okay, I don't know who you are coming across this video. I don't know what you're going through, maybe with your work, maybe in your relationship. I just want you to know that God sees you. Okay, God sees you just like God saw me, and God sees me, and he cares. Okay, he says, cast your cares upon, I think it's the book of Matthew, cast your cares upon me because I care for you. Okay, God sees you, God loves you, and God cares. Okay, so I just want to put out this video to encourage you to put your trust in him. It doesn't matter what you're going through. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't matter what the challenges are. God sees you, and God will see you through. Okay, God is still on the throne. Just always remember that. Okay, I hope this video encouraged somebody. Please go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, I'm gonna try to put out content as the Spirit leads, you know, as God gives me strength. So I hope you have a blessed rest of your day, and until next time, God bless. Peace.